Hello, it's Melinda from Alexis, as I keep getting it wrong, Alexis and Melinda's Art Space. Just coming on today, I made a Flowish journal, and I've made these several times, and I decided to show you the process of putting them together. So this is a trifold piece of cardboard from my daughter's bed from IKEA. We got so much cardboard from IKEA, I'm still 6 months later using it up. So what I was showing you there is I've just repaired a hole. For some reason I had little holes and tabs in it, so I just cut another piece to size, stuck it in the hole, and I'm just putting masking tape over the folds. So the folds were perforated, so if I'd left them unmasking taped or unreinforced, they would have deteriorated. So I'm just doing that with some thick, wide masking tape, making sure the book folds, and making sure the creases go really nicely together and fold really nicely together as well. I didn't actually film the entire process of making this book. I just showed you the preparation of the book, because the next step, as you'll see, is just gessoing it, and that's really boring to watch me paint paper. I decided, because it had this little tab here, I could have fixed it, but I decided to make it a decorative Flowish journal. So I just hand cut, and I should have put my cutting mat down and not cut directly on my trestle, but this trestle is so trashed it's not funny. So I just cut directly on top of it, which is really naughty. Don't do that. Don't cut directly on top of your tabletops. Sorry if you can hear rain in the background. It's starting to pour as soon as I hit record on this voiceover. And I've got a tin roof where I film, and it gets rather loud. So just making sure it folds properly and the sticky tape is right into the creases. And I just showed you some gesso. It's just some really cheap gesso from the cheap shop I picked up a few years ago. I don't like it, so I use it for a lot of these undercoats that I'm going to put a lot of stuff on top of. So I'll leave you with it, and I'll show you the completed journal in just a minute. Thanks for watching.
Hello, it's Melinda from Alexis and Melinda's Art Place. She'll correct me on that if she watches this video. Just come on to show you the finished Flowish journal, or Flojo as they're called. They've got a couple of different names. Basically, it's a little book of supplies that are loosely bound, and you can take them out and use them on other things, or bind them all together and use it as a weird, chunky journal. So you've just seen me do a couple of bits of the expert of painting it and sticking tissue paper on it. I must admit, I will admit to my own mistakes. I had to double tissue paper this one because I did the inside and then I had it sitting on my desk the wrong side, and the butterflies I did upside down, and the words. So in between the last clip you saw, I went and gessoed out all the pieces are upside down and put more tissue paper over the top. I was having one of those nights last night. I have to excuse my voice, it's a bit scratchy still. This won't go up until the lady receives it in the swap, so I'm hoping when this goes up in a couple of weeks my voice will be so better, and I won't be getting an echo in my ear, which is hilariously funny. So I'm just binding it with some ribbon and some rickrack and some twine to keep it shut. So I decided to do a bit of a scallop on the front. So I love how the covers come up. I was almost tempted to keep it, but I've got loads more cardboard and loads more tissue paper, so I'll pass this one on. So I want to keep it black and white and with the pop of butterflies. So it's black and white tissue with a zebra, black and white cow, black and white text, and the colourful butterflies. And if I fold it out this way, this is the full back. And fold it out without everything falling. I'll do this side. So you can see I've just bound it with some ribbon, and as you can see the tissue paper goes on so nicely because you can almost not see the joins of the tissue paper. And I just did all that with Mod Podge. Oops, except for this waxy tissue paper is being a pain. So I tried to do all the sides. Oops. It's not going to move now. I tried to do all around the edges of that one because it's a bit waxy and it tends to come up, but I didn't want to completely decorate the cover. I thought my partner would like to continue to decorate it. So this is made for an Australian swap, so I was liberal to go a bit bigger, which was nice. So I've got the scallops on this side opening up. So I love these bifolds. So this is another bifold or two-fold album. So the signatures come from both sides. So we've got a signature coming out to the left and a signature coming out to the right. So this one's just some scrapbook paper, some offcuts. Then we have some map I half gutted a map book for my next art journal. I made some little envelopes out of the map pages as well using my EK Success envelope punch board, which was fun. Another commercial envelope with Project Life cards, a Easter tissue, Easter part of a napkin popped in that little envelope. So I tried to make this one with lots of little tuck holes and things. So this in here is a piece of paper. The whole album's only about 5 inches wide, so I had to cut down a fair bit of the paper. This is one of these free postcards I get around and about. And I've got the link to that in some of my other videos. I can pop it up again. So some more bits of Easter tissue I found, a piece and a half. Who are you sharing your neighbourhood with? I love these postcards. They're just so quirky and fun, and they're free to pick up around the traps. Bit of a jewellery magazine. I don't know this particular lady I'm swapping with, so it's with an Australian art swap group. I haven't got anything from her before, I don't think, or swapped with her before, so this should be interesting. So I sort of made it more of an eclectic mix. So a piece of a scallop scrapbook page folded over to fit. This is an envelope made out of a magazine. Don't think I put anything in that one. No. It's another scrapbook page. And in here we've got another one of these postcards. I love this, the duck in the glass. So this one is for, what's this one for? Oh, it's for an artist. Digital watercolour. Digital watercolour? It says watercolour and then digital, so it must be watercolour and then added or something. So just folded the bottom of the paper up to have a tuck spot, and this is just a Penguin Club card from somewhere or other. Could I put another one of those in too? Maybe I'll put one in somewhere else. Excuse me, my voice is going all funny. Some Easter stickers, because this will arrive just before Easter in Australia. Some another page from mine's gone blank. Seriously. Make sure I'm in the frame. A jewellery magazine, a jewellery brochure. Some paper that my daughter was folding aeroplanes out of, and that was a piece that we got tossed away because she didn't like it anymore. Another one of the postcards. Piece of cardstock that's folded over, and I've clipped in some more of these Penguin Club cards that we don't use anymore, and some washi tape on some pieces of cardstock. And this one's just got a whole lot clipped to it. Another one of these free cards for a movie in January. A doily folded in half and a Project Life card, so they're all just sort of clipped on there. Get them back. So this is the back half of the signature, back half of the jewellery. This one I didn't mention as I was going through the front because you couldn't see it. This is a page out of an illusions book, which is really cool. So sometimes you can see faces in faces, or you turn it upside down, you see something different. That's kind of cool. The back of the stickers, just trying to keep all this in order. This is a flower I made. So this is made using a flower punch board. It was my first try tonight. Oh, my voice has just gone really funny. I've been struggling with tonsillitis the last couple of weeks, and if I don't keep up with my videos, I will disappear for quite a while if I wait for my throat to get perfect, but every now and again it just gets ridiculous. So one of these flowers, so it's a 2-layer flower, so might come on and play on camera with it. I got to clearance, so I don't know whether they're stocking them again, but they were quite cool. That's the smallest flower you can make, but I'm going to experiment making some small ones. Another one of these cards, I love that card, that's so cool. So they're just tucked in the back of that paper fold, the back of the magazine envelope, back of the scrapbook paper with a little Project Life card just tucked in there. Some practice writing sheets from one of my daughter's old books she never finished and we decided we would use for art. Back of the jewellery. Some more postcards in here. Another magazine envelope. It's really cool. That one's really cool too. And a piece of the silver scrap paper that I cut off because the other part of it's in here, the back of the book. I spread the other flower in there. This one's made out of matte paper. As I said, I gutted or half gutted a matte book for my next art journal because I like the shape of the book. So there's a few of those matte things in there, and the back of the scrapbooking paper. So this one over here is I just love the way the junk mail is. It's a beautiful fold out. It's got a couple of Project Life cards in there. So they're great to glue over and repurpose. Some more. I love cutting out these pieces of jewellery and using my collage, so hopefully my partner will. There's two, some more map. This has got a conglomerate of stuff stuck to it as well. So that's another one of my flowers. So I ended up making 3 flowers, so I put them all in here. Some offcuts of some note paper, a project life card, a doily, and some of these words from a word sheet. I was going to include in full, but it wouldn't fit in, so I had to cut all my words up. That's okay. Little bits are always good. So that's just stuck onto a envelope made out of magazine. This is a page out of a landscaping book that I've just folded over at the bottom. As a napkin envelope with some more of these words in it. Okay, get back in there. They're all perforated, so they're just cut out. Another one of those letter sheets from my daughter's book. There's some old order book forms. This beautiful handmade paper. Here's some more of those words and project life cards. Another little envelope. This one has actually got some birdies in it. I cut these out for another project and had way too many. So these are actually cut out of a map as well, but they're a heavy cardstock. So there's 3 sizes of birds for her to go and decorate. So it just sits in there. So as you can see, the binding is just a loop, so these can easily come in and out. Sometimes they slide all over the place, which is a pain, but they can easily come in and out. Back side of the envelope, back side of the napkin, another page from this Illusions book, which is really cool imagery. Like this one you see from, it says a change of mind, you see a happy face up one way, a sad face up the other way, or something or other. Back of the envelope, is anything tucked in there? No, that's just some more map. More jewellery page. That one's upside down for some particular reason. Let's pull that one around the way it's supposed to go. The problem is doing that is then you make everything slide. Fix that in a minute. Slide out. So a little envelope, some scrap paper tucked in here, and that's it. So let's just slide this jewellery one back in. So if you want to slide something in, you just poke it in from one side and then flip to where it comes out and just feed it through. It's coming out in between there, which I don't want it to go down. So there we go, that's just back in there. So this one just flops down this side. This one flops back this side. And then it will close itself up. So it's a bit of a chunky monkey, it's about 1 inch thick. It's still a bit wet on the back. And I hope my partner likes it. I don't know whether she does YouTube videos, hence why I'm doing a flip through. I'm really enjoying these Flowish journals. They're loads of fun, and I love receiving all the bits and pieces in them, and I love making them. And I'm not sure whether I mentioned this or when I edit the video I'll mention it. This box was from my daughter's IKEA boxes as well. I've still got several journals I can make out of this box because this was basically 6 foot long and I've only cut a little piece off it. So I could probably get about 10 journals, I reckon. 8 to 10 of these journals out of the one cardboard box from her bookshelf, bed that we got her for Christmas. I got it for Christmas. So I will leave you there. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.